Okay, that is by far the most clickbaity thing I could think of for this video. But let me explain. Let's go a year back. A year ago, maybe a little before, around March 2020, Feb 2020, I'd been doing my podcast Advertising is Dead for a while. And I was like, yeah, I want to do a few more things. थोड़ा और कुछ try करते हैं. Let's try making different kinds of content. But the worry was, okay, if I change too much, but what I'm doing on the podcast, which obviously had grown, I think by then was somewhere in its late 60s, 70s in terms of the number of episodes. I'm like, okay, I don't want to kind of spoil that, but there were a bunch of things I really wanted to do. So I gave myself 1 year. I gave myself 1 year to say, what are all the things I want to try out in creating content? And in that 1 year, I did a bunch of stuff. A lot of it was not planned. There was no plan to this year. This year was saying, just jump in and do whatever you want to do. Go outside your comfort zone. Figure out all the things that might interest you and see if there is some way all of that could make sense over time. Could it be something you focus on a lot more, or something you tried, didn't like, moved on? So yeah, took a year. Now, what I'm going to run you by is everything I did and what I learned from it and kind of what's coming up after that. First thing, how much can you do by yourself? How can you get your hands dirty with this? So I started another podcast called Useless Information. And what I ended up doing on that was, okay, let me not talk about any of the stuff I normally talk on my earlier podcast, which I was still doing. So I decided to kind of go into every conversation with every guest saying, how random can this conversation be? How unprepared can it be? How useless can it be? And I did about 8 odd episodes of that, had a lot of fun doing it, ended up also, when I say getting my hands dirty, I was recording it, mastering it, editing it, moving audio around, figuring how to, some stuff which I hadn't done for years. Like I'd been running a company for so long that at some point I wasn't getting my hands dirty. And so I was finally getting back into that, almost like you're relearning some of the stuff that you had done a long time ago, but hadn't hands-on done it in a long time. So I got back to doing that. I tried my whole thing about doing videos. Like I've realized that I am terrible at what to do with my hands. They look like these weird flingy things and I'm still trying to figure out what to do with them. But I recorded AMA videos. I asked people what their questions were and tried to figure out if I can do individual videos of that. Edited most of them off my phone using some of the apps that I found like InShot and some of the others. And I did all of that over 3 odd months. I really tried my hand at end-to-end content. How much can you do yourself? Went through 1,000 YouTube videos. I'm a huge fan of Casey Neistat, and if you've seen how I'm shooting this, The Hangover still lives. And so I did a lot of that stuff. Learned a lot from what it took to do improv podcasting. Because if you know how to be improv, where you can improvise on the fly, where you can think of what you could do right then. If someone throws a question, how can you answer that right? If you are having a conversation with someone, how can you kind of lead it in different places? Those first 3 months taught me how to spontaneously navigate and evolve a conversation, and also kind of see how much effort that was involved in me creating this, and how I could kind of break up what I wanted to do apart from this and what maybe I want to find people to collaborate with to do. Then I set myself up to see how I could learn from what I was doing and how that could help me evolve. So I did a few things, right? First, dug deep into the data. The best part about creating content online is that you can look at the data. It teaches you so many things. Like I learned that if I rambled on about a specific topic on a conversation or a podcast for more than 7-8 minutes, people were losing interest because people were dropping off. So I started wiring my own mind to saying, okay, once you're hitting 5-6 minutes, switch the topic. If you want to dig deeper into it, maybe come back to it later. I also started interacting a lot more with my audience. I mean, I was always a person who would reply to DMs, reply to comments, etc. But I spent actual time building deeper relationships with my audience. And that taught me a lot. It taught me a lot about what they enjoyed from my content, what they expected from me. But really also, of all those things, I sat down and said, okay, this is what they love. This is what the data tells me. But what do I really enjoy doing? I mean, of all these things, no matter what your audience tells you, no matter what, they might kind of turn around and say, oh, I'd love for you to do this. If you don't enjoy that yourself, you won't be able to do that for too long with true intent, in your most authentic manner. So I figured what was authentically me by taking everything that the data was telling me, taking everything that the audience was telling me, and then only keeping the stuff from that I really truly enjoyed. So I took off a lot of random stuff, right? Because I had tried doing a lot of things. It's like sharing random stuff which I was liking, but it just kind of felt like I was forcing it. I didn't really enjoy the mastering or any of those things. I realized that that was something which I had a great point of view on. But did I really want to do it myself? I don't know. I mean, maybe I have to just find a partner to do it. So I did that. And then I did something which I think some people found a little unexpected. What I did then was that I took a break. I took a month of Advertising is Dead. I stopped doing useless information. I literally sat down and said, okay, you've done a lot of stuff, right? You've created a lot of content. You've tried a lot of things. You have learned from your audience. You've taken off a lot of the stuff that you've learned from your data and audience and what you really enjoy doing. Let's put all that on paper, but just take a break. You know how your phone needs to restart from time to time when you use too many apps and it starts hanging? You restart your phone. It's the oldest trick in the book. You restart your computer, your phone, all those things. When they get overloaded with too many things, you restart them, you reboot them. So I need to reboot my mind. So I just took a month off because in the larger scheme of things, what's a month? But while I took a break, I wanted to try something else, like totally go in a different tangent, right? I've been looking at audio, creating video content, doing all of that. And I've always wanted to write a book. I have this joke which I tell people that I have a book of unfinished books because I always try to start something, start a fiction book, a novel, try writing some random pieces about life, do all those things, but never really went beyond a chapter or a few paragraphs. So I've been carrying that joke with me for a long time. And then I sat down and said, how can I kind of build the habit of writing? Because we all try to build habits. And so I started writing. I started a newsletter. I started a Substack newsletter sometime in October, November last year. And I just started writing. I just started saying that, okay, can I start writing one newsletter a week for as long as I can? And that started a habit of something that I just thought I wanted to try while I was taking a break, which interestingly has become a core part of what my creator journey has become. Also because people seem to really respond to it. Like people genuinely enjoyed many aspects of what I was writing. Again, saw the data, saw what they're interacting with, look at the click-through rates, look at how your subscriber base is going. I kept tweaking that content as well. But now suddenly I've gone from podcast to some form of video on social to now writing a newsletter, right? So I wasn't just expanding content and how I was creating it, but I was trying out newer mediums. Again, totally pushed ahead by how people were responding to it, right? People respond to something, you also feel validated, and any kind of response, right? If it's good or bad, you know what's working, what's not working, but if someone is showing some sort of response, then you know that this is something you can try more, and that kind of pushed me ahead. And I started writing every week. That led me to an interesting juncture. Till now, I was creating content like how formats are created, right? Let's create stuff around advertising, marketing, startups, learnings from work. The newsletter also had some of those stuff, frameworks and all those things. But I hadn't shared as much of myself till. I hadn't become a relationship-based creator, right? I'm a creator who's creating content to build a relationship with their audience, and the audience relates to them because they kind of almost see different aspects of their life. I hadn't become that yet. And I, out of a very random whim, started making workout reels. Because fitness and working out has become a strong part of who I am. I just hadn't shared enough about it. So I started just doing that for fun. I started talking about being a dad because I feel we don't talk enough about being dads and what it takes, or rather what you need to know about how to dad and all those aspects, right? I suddenly started finding smaller things, not just from what I was interested in, like let's say fitness, etc., but also like stuff like geek culture, right? Like this is literally the blueprint of the Death Star behind me. Huge Star Wars fan, huge geek culture fan. There are so many things, including that and books and small aspects which I am very into, which I never put out there. And I slowly started putting a lot of that out there and going to evolve that a lot more. But it also showed that, again, what are people enjoying? What am I comfortable sharing? I don't share every aspect of my life. There's some parts of my life that I hold very private. But if you can tell a story through some parts of your life that people might find interesting, engaging, or find some value from, then sure, let's try that out. And that's what I started to do. I started to create a lot of content that somehow resonated with people as it pertained to aspects of my own life beyond what I'd been showing so far. And that's what's brought me to now, where a month or ago, I launched my new podcast, The Varun Duggi Show. And the reason why I named it that way is because I realized something fundamental about myself as a creator, right? And this year of trying stuff out taught me that, which is simply this, is that I needed to find a line that defines me as a creator. And the line I kept going back to was called work, life, and everything in between. Which in a sense might seem like, okay, 1 second, you want to just create content about everything. But once you put it down like this, and when I put it down like this, I realized that I have 3 primary content buckets for me as a creator. I like to talk about stuff that helps work. I like to talk about stuff that helps you in life. But there's so much stuff in between, be it your interest areas, be it stuff that you just like to binge on or read or anything like that, which kind of help both or might just not help anything, but you just genuinely are interested in. And it's kind of helped me refine down the areas I want to create content in, not just now, but going ahead. And as I've done that, it's also helped me launch this podcast in a way that I don't even know what it is, because it'll one day be an audio podcast. For somebody else, it might be something you consume on YouTube. For some people, it'll be a short snippety episode you might just listen to, I don't know, depends on the platform. Or it might just become a live series on Twitter Spaces. I've kept it dynamic because I've realized that's what I love to do. It might not be what you love to do, but if I had to talk about one big takeaway from the last 1 year of doing this experiment, of just trying stuff out and literally being ready to burn it to the ground and starting from scratch, is that make sure you have one foundational piece of content that continues to keep you going, which for me is advertising is dead. I love what that show stands for. I love what it gives to people, and that I've kept going on and mildly evolving. But with everything else, I've just tried stuff out. I've tried sharing stuff from my life. I'm literally doing an Instagram podcast series with my daughter because she loves the mic and the camera, and we just like put the mic on and we just start recording stuff. And that's what I'm going to continue to do. I'm going to continue to share a lot more interesting things that I'm learning about life, work, some of the stuff in between, and just using how people are seeing value from each of those, and which of those seem too cumbersome for me to create or too random for you to consume, and kind of weed those out. So what's my biggest learning? What has this entire video been about? This entire video has been about the fact that if you don't keep trying stuff, if you stay stagnant, you are never going to realize the things that really interest you, things that you could do as a creator, which you might have stayed away from because you never thought you could do it, but it shows you can. And as shameless a plug as this can be, that's the reason I'm doing a workshop. I'm doing a workshop about how you can find your own creator self and build that foundation. And I'm going to use a lot of my learnings for the last year, and I've put it into that workshop, and all the guys who signed up, that's what I'm going to work with them on. And hopefully we'll continue to do this again and again, because one of the most amazing things that I've done for myself as a person has been finding my creator self and letting it loose. It's helped me be a better professional, helped me be a better member of my family. So it's helped me be a happier person. Or rather, I find myself more interesting, and I seem to be making other people feel that I'm interesting too. So yeah, so I've actually used all of that. And so while I'm putting some of the learnings out here in this video, I can dig into all of those with you to figure out your journey. And I'm just going to drop a link to the workshop for this in this video, and check it out. But I'm going to do a lot more of these videos, so it doesn't all have to be a workshop. It's just stuff I'm going to share. And yeah, every once in a while, just hit that restart button, reboot, take a break. You never know what your mind might tell you. Maybe I should make dance videos.